Ah. Okay. That's so sharp. I noticed that. Hey, Neo Seeker. I don't know why every time I try to do this, it's got to be a problem getting the hell online. I realized this edge was sharp. I never did anything about it. So apparently make it sharper. I should really rack the burr off here. Or flare it the other way. Flaring it might not be a bad idea. And that's a story for another day. I take that edge off of this thing. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I don't quite remember everything I was trying to do. Although it does look like I had to knock down part of that shell to make it go. Well, it's cut there and not cut there. I guess Hasbro doesn't care about lining their shells up. Not a problem to me. I don't have to care about it either. I'm just going to cut their stuff up anyways. What the hell do I care? Where are my goggles? Whoops. Dropped my skeleton. My little skeletons. Hey, Mustachio. Can't really zoom in or reach to get a better view. I got a whole box full of those guys yet. I got to paint them. Once again, I should probably turn this off. Keep the band hammer and the stupid broadcast people off my butt from YouTube. They're fun and useful. F and for friendship. I don't actually know that part of the song. I was trying to figure out what to do with them. Like, I'm gonna use them in Hero Quest. I really like to have some on a blaster, and I think if I can find a bunch of other little dudes, I think I'm gonna see if I can make a diorama, because it'd be something fun. A shoebox diorama. You know what? I don't have a flathead screwdriver, or do I? No. No. They're all buried. It's still gritty enough. Yeah, I found some scopes thrifting. I'm not sure what this goes to. This is some kind of crappy little Walmart scope thing. These are nothing. Doesn't even have internals, man. I'm gonna fix that. 17 30 seconds and 9/16. 9/16 over, yeah, 19/30 seconds, 17/30 seconds, and should be, yeah, see, that's 19/30 seconds, so 17/30 seconds, 9/16. Yep. 17/30 seconds goes over 9/16, goes over 19/30 seconds. This one won't fit because it's all buffed up, but I mean, not 19/30 seconds. It also kind of depends on what kind of darts you're trying to use. Because, like, regular darts and things are problematic. What are you trying to use for darts, Neo Seeker? Because if you're using things like stock darts and AccuFakes, sometimes this stupid head gets hung up because it's the same diameter as the edge. So when it goes through, instead of going down nice and smooth, it tries to do this. It tries to do this going down the barrel, and it starts the death wobble, and then it doesn't shoot worth a damn. That's where the 9/16 single Chronos, you mean like front loading? But if it's front loading, yeah, 7/16 will be just fine. That won't ever be a problem. Is that what it is? Oops, probably shouldn't do that. Yep. Okay, yeah, if it's front loading, 7/16 will be just fine. I mean, 17/30 seconds, sorry. 9/16 would go over, but if you're doing it the other way, 9/16 should be your, with a breech, 9/16 should be your barrel, and then the over diameter of that, I don't have any of the pieces, do I? Sitting in here. Damn it. Of course I don't. Of course I don't. Why don't I? Why should I? Why should I? Because it's going to start the death wobble. So if you're literally just front loading it like this, 17/30 seconds will work just fine. If not, go with the 9/16 over for your underbarrel, and then I think that's also 9/16 for your underbarrel, and then for your overbarrel, use 19/30 seconds, because then that will slide, because this with regular darts has a better clearance and tolerance in here, although it's a little loose. I would suggest maybe nesting a piece in the back of it and making a combination so it comes out 17/30 seconds out, closes over with the 19/30 seconds over that, with the 9/16 over that, and then on both sides, and then it closes down over. You can always nest one inside the other. You end up with a better seal anyways, or do tightening rings on your main barrel. But if you're using Steffens, yeah, see, worker darts work well with those, but I believe he said he was using, question, Steffens single fire Chronos bill. Yeah, if it's just front loading and stuff like that, 17/30 seconds is the way to go, especially with the Chronos with all that power that thing's got in it. It's like singling a what the hell they call them? It's like singling like a Mega Magnus. This thing's a Beaker made one with PVC, and the thing's it's death. I went with 9/16 16ths on this because I was having the fit issues with the 17/32. I can always slide a piece down the backside and put a little glue in if I need to. I'd rather not. I'm trying to remember what the hell I was going to do. Oh, I got to take that stupid dart post out. Yeah, this dart post here, you can hardly see. I got to play with the camera settings one of these times. This dart post here, I had to remove on the other one. And after much debate, I'm trying something else for the switch. I went and crafted a complete knockoff of the catch mechanism and see if that's going to work. I'm going to hack a hole in the other side here and attempt to line that up well enough. I have a pump action Chronos file. It also has a 3 stock. Yeah, I wish I could get into that. Before I was streaming, though, I was working on something else. Working on this. I just kind of noticed there's a little bit of a bend in it, not much. I want to change up over top of here, or maybe the handle out. I wanted to do like a rough cut grip, but there's a lot that doesn't line up between here and there, so this is probably going to be what it is. I might sacrifice a beloved Maverick to change that, although after doing that thing, grips kind of suck. Once again, this wasn't at all what I had in mind. I was just going to hack it down, but I'll probably end up putting this one. Not much, man. Not much, Pete. I'll probably end up putting this one up for sale somewhere down the line. I kind of like this across here, like that sticking out. So that's a big putty job. That's just something I played around with. It was a good waste of $20 because I have a P90 style grip for one thumb hole. I was thinking of possibly making it just because I can, making it what do they call it? A complete bullpup pump, what I'm going to call a bullpup pump grip, and whereby I reattach the trigger mech through here and then put the pump mechanism underneath instead. So you have to prime it. You have it like this, and when you prime it, you literally just have the shot here, and then you prime it like this in the back. I thought that would be kind of weird. It'd be something interesting that would be strange. I hate that stupid blaster, but I had the idea to pistolize it. Because why not? Because I had like $20 to waste. Because I really don't have $20 to waste, but that's a different story. I'm gonna take this stupid thing off. I wonder what kind of mad rant I can go on tonight. And a nice another big gaping hole in the base of the blaster, because that's where a screw port was, and it gets in the damn way. I need more light. I really gotta put a diffuser on that stupid thing. I don't have any tissues or anything or paper laying around back here anymore. It's gonna work that way. I think I'll just switch to a softer bulb, because that's what is that? It's dusty. Wow, that thing's covered in soot. Sure, that's not good for it. Well, whatever wattage it is, it must be a safe one that's in there. It's been working. Nah, probably gonna pick at that thing off and on because I I got a couple of days till I start another job again. Hooray! Harbor Freight don't want me anymore, apparently, which was a lot of fun. That was a suck fest. Oh, what the hell is that? That's a freaking stink bug. Screw you, stink bug. Yeah, so now I work for Domino's Pizza, delivering pizzas for $6.50 an hour, which is far from ideal. Swear to God, those are going to be the dumbest goddamn bugs alive. They're just so brain dead. I don't think you get free pizza, but there's two of them in the area that I was working to get, and I went to the wrong one for the interview initially because I thought it was, but the one I'm going to be working on is on 29th Street, which, and nobody's familiar with Harrisburg. That's pretty much where the ghetto starts. And I'm not really happy about working there till 3 o'clock in the morning because that place down there, the Dollar General in that area down there, there's not a lot of businesses because a lot of them get robbed. And the idea of working there just doesn't really appeal to me as much as I think it would. But it was a job that came up relatively quickly, so I wasn't in much. Oh, hey, Rodney, still working on that same thing I had in last time here. I'm not even sure if you even know what the heck it looks like. I can't really assemble it either. Uh, hmm. Let's see. I got that piece sitting there. So basically, Rodney, you should have talked to Prickly. Prickly would have told you what the heck I was working on. Father Anderson, I haven't heard from you in a long time. There we go. Breech fed, single shot with a Busby Baron or whatever underneath it. Yeah, he's busy talking about his work. His work. Should be talking about my work. Not exactly. That's there. But yeah, was he Catholic or was he? No, he was a Catholic. He was a Catholic in the movie. He was part of the other diocese. Father Anderson, blessed blades, taking heads and taking names. Okay. Yeah, I wish I could do that. I don't get to sell much. I'm gonna have to be selling stuff again here. I'm not sure which one I saw, Father Anderson. It was whichever one that was on Netflix or something like that. No, it's not the abridged one. I still have to watch I know what you're talking about now. It's not the abridged one. I gotta watch that. So which one's Life and Afterburner? I don't know. I've been looking into those too, but I'm not sure. Which ones did you sell, Rodney? I was looking at the wall you had up there. I noticed the big beast wasn't sitting there. Guessing that was just too new to sell. I saw your nice long shot that I had up there. Believe me, it was more than I can't put this together yet because I haven't cut the damn hole out for the other side, you meathead. Oh my god. Start the one to get the test firing for it, but I can't do anything about it because I can't get the clearance or I cut the hole down. Just reminds me I gotta test this again. So the line is right on that black mark, which is not where that black mark is. So we already screwed that up to begin with. Make that a treat. Although it does let me know I need to go over about a 1/4 inch. Long strife Hammer shot, Star Wars, and my Retaliator. He didn't sell anything epically painful. That's good to know. Of course, either way, I guess the net would have been a bit of more of a price tag, but either way, my buddy Rodney's selling a bunch of his stuff. In case you guys don't know who he is, if you look on my channel, he did a very, very wicked cool strife. Long shot with the skull front end. He's also the creator of the Doom Slayer, the skeleton, literally skeletonized blaster. And I don't mean cut down. I mean, he took a rhino fire and humped a skeleton on top of that thing. And he shoots out the eyes. It's beautiful and terrifying at the same time. I should make one of those bullpup too. Yeah. Oh, pizza leftovers for a while. Farts are stinky. EPA bullpup Retaliator. They're just gonna throw flywheels out with everybody else now. Flywheel everything. Flywheel the world. This is gonna require some packing. I guarantee it. I actually mocked up. Let me turn this off here for a second. After I stopped the stream, I was up for like another 6 hours because why not? I mocked up every way I possibly could that I thought was going to be a nice way to put them on there. And even with wires and making, I used the popsicle sticks to mock some of the stuff up. I was still running into a problem where the difference in the height caused a difference in the flex, a flex in it. With a wire, it was still flexing. With a heavy gauge, oh, the hell I put a heavy gauge wire. And even when I stacked a bunch of these together so it was solid, I still, and the granted, it's wood, I know, but its polycarb wouldn't have been much stronger than this. It was still a lot of flex in the thing that was causing an issue. I had to really pull it back, and I didn't like the way it was flexing. Now, I'm going to get a different kind of play with this. Yeah, the coat hanger was flexing, and it wasn't really a coat hanger. It was actually a priming rod from something. I don't remember. It was a bitch to bend. I think it might have been my old Alpha Trooper or Retaliator priming rod, and it was giving me issue. But it wasn't really the rod that was flexing. It was like the connection points over it that was causing twist, and it wasn't getting the space that it needed. So I tried a solid connection. I don't have access to a hunk of sheet metal. I was using popsicle sticks in stacks to put them together. And you may say, "Oh, they're wood. They're not going to," but they're just about as bendy and flexible as not the polycarb, but the vinyl sheeting that I use for this, because I still can't find my polycarb. But the vinyl sheeting is just as sturdy. The problem was with that is even with that being stacked, I was still getting a lot of play and causing real problems with getting it to go. No, it wasn't going to work the way I needed it to, because like I said, it was the difference in the height and over. When you pull something if this is up, if you pull something up and it's down here, it has to transfer its energy this way. So you get this twisting motion, and it was... Honestly, I probably wouldn't have trusted a 3D printed part to it. But what I'm going to end up doing with this is once I figure out if this trigger slide thing actually works, I'm going to stack another piece on top it and cut a notch out and glue that down onto here so I get a thicker mounting plate so it doesn't hurt it as much as it would with the flex mechanism. And I even toyed around making this double thick to put you make a slide this way. So when you have two wedges, so when the wedge goes in, it pushes it down. That way, I'd push in and it would push it out and make this actually slide up like that when I push down on it. The problem with that was more of the same kind of bullseyeing and the travel distance that was required because I'd have to put it further up to get the space between here and there at the distance I need to get it to go down far enough to actually activate it unless I shortened the catch, which in the long run would end up causing this to wear and not shoot as well. I mean, I it's one of the problems with my brain is I can look at these things and I see the solution and then I start seeing the immediate problems to it, which can be a huge issue. And I don't understand what is going on here with this. Oh, that's prickly for some. Yeah, I just went for the simple approach. I thought about putting this on a lever that literally goes down and just pinning it through, but I need a better way to pin it. So this push-up with a small cover switch, I actually have one from a Firefly laying around, will probably do the deal. And it's going to be a little stiff to shoot. I guarantee it because there's still going to be a lot of transfer from here, but that's why I'm going to reinforce this plate so it doesn't have the same flex and play that it would under the regular Nerf plastic. Hold on to your epoxy putty. Now, next problem is how far do I cut the damn slot? Because this sits in here. I think I've already gone down too far. Yeah, I did. It goes up to where the trigger line's through, so that's up further. Oh, God. This is going to make a mess. I know this is going to make a mess. I don't mean just pieces. I mean like shell holes. It kind of requires so much patching. Since I got a very large slot that's most likely in the wrong place of the wrong length. So let's select the file and double click. That'll work. Now, I have to cut through the part that's in here. I guess I could do that with something else, but file will do it eventually. It'll be a little cleaner. Plus, I get to talk to you guys a little longer then. Worst part is I can't test to see if it fits and lines up until I've knocked this piece out of the way. So I can't exactly see how badly... Oh, Lord, that's twisted to the side. Oh, I know that's going to be a problem immediately. That is definitely not square. That is off by about 2 or 3 millimeters. One blaster away from getting a 3D printer. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's why they make putty. That was the whole discussion we had a minute ago. You know what? Having it slightly twisted might actually work in my favor now that I kind of think about it, because it'll put a little twist on the part that's already causing me some problems. I could probably hit it with the Dremel from here. No, not yet. Here's the round one. Round one has a better rasp on it. There you go. Oh, there's my round file. Damn it. That one always just disappears. Yep. That one's gone again. There she is. No, that's not the popsicle stick. There we go. Round one's a little raspier, and it works a little better for cutting through things like this. The tale of the putty, huh? You guys want to hear the tale of the putty? I guess I can give the tale of the putty. Although, you guys must understand, I am not bad mouthing anybody of the tale of the putty. The only thing I currently need 3D printed is going to be one or two of the shells from a Spring Thunder. I don't care which ones they are. They don't even have to be good. They just have to fit for the moment, because I'm planning on building a very large shotgun. My buddy was playing Destiny, and I saw a shotgun I just couldn't live without. You guys familiar with the shotgun called the Fourth Horseman? It's not going to work like it does in the game because of physics and stuff like that. But I can sure as hell build a break action version of it. I might use a sledge fire as a base, but I won't be using a sledge fire for the internal. It'll probably end up being air, most likely. If not, I have to weasel another plunger tube in there from something else. Okay, the tale of the putty. In my circle of friends, and the circle of friends you guys have as well, I'm sure of it, everybody rips on everybody, and especially for one thing. Everybody in your circle of friends is known for doing at least one thing that we decide to rip on them for an eternity. We haven't completely decided what Rodney is going to be yet. It'll show up. I'm pretty sure they have some to rip on them in Maryland down there, but we haven't been around them long enough to find something to rip on them good enough yet. Married's just too easy, so there's no fun in ripping on some guy that's married, because that's easy. But we'll find something. I know we will. So, what happened? I get it pretty good for weight, which is fine, because it's an easy low blow, because my friends aren't that creative. And, and I clear that away more. Prickly Nerf mods. Yeah, the pretty mouth. That's another one. Prickly Nerf mods, who's an up and coming guy. If you haven't checked out his stuff, you really should, because he comes up with some really, really cool mods. His stuff is very heavy. Prickly, in his earlier mods, is a big fan of using epoxy putty. And I call him very, sorry behind that. He, in his early mods, I think Salvador, and I can't even pronounce what the hell the other one is. He used a lot of putty, and I mean a lot of putty. Like, Salvador is extraordinarily heavy. I think he used somewhere like 9 tubes, because he hadn't found polycarbonate sheeting or anything and that's what he used to fill in the gaps. Now, we all have a blaster like that. It's just like mostly putty and spit. put together, and the blaster looks amazing. But we rag on him because when you pick something of his up, like you better have a good grip on it because it is gonna go down. Okay. That was actually crap. It was really, really tight. And that is so off. That's not even funny. Oh wow. Wow, that is off. That is really off. You can see that is really off. I kind of didn't want to make the slot off because if it's off, the putty's not like a rigid thing to hold down tension on the sides. It tends to buckle and flake. So I'm going to have to expand the slot out to dimensions I'm not comfortable with, which means I'm going to have to plate over this instead as well on the outside. So you guys will get to see me figuring out a way to plate that. I might, it's a trick you can use, like you find all this plastic dust laying around. You basically take the plastic bits and you pull them into the methacrylic glue and make a really heavy slurry out of the plastic and then stick that together. It's an interesting trick of doing things, and it turns out really solid. I'm not sure if I came up with it in a dream or I forgot it in another dream, or if I saw somebody do it or not. It sounds like something I came up with immediately, but it also sounds like something I might have saw and tested or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. First things first. Straighten this hole. Hammer's going to be locked for a minute. Here as I attempt to fix what could possibly be an egregious mistake. And that cut where I messed it up is now causing me issues because there's nothing there to back the wall side with. I'm going to have to... Oh, God, that's a horrible sound. Literally widen that out to a point I'm not comfortable with. Go back in with hot glue and then tape it and put the putty in the hole. That's actually, yeah, make like a casting sort of idea out of it. It's not a bad idea, but I've kind of dedicated myself to ripping a hole in the side of my blaster. Who knows? Maybe I'll get to curse an entirely new set of corrected swear words on YouTube. I'll get to create a whole new language using 4 letters only. Oop, that was actually close. I bet you it's big enough I can get my mass file through there. You should be going down to Maryland on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. I don't know what that's going to entail. Because of the word retail, my Thanksgiving is messy with my family at the best. So we don't always celebrate it on Thanksgiving. And there's really only 2 holidays that we can't miss because my father will come hunt me down, or any of us. You can't miss Thanksgiving, and you can't miss Christmas. Well, my father had a love-hate relationship with Walmart. He loved the fact that you can go in and get anything that you wanted, but pretty much cursed the store out for having their employees miss things like Thanksgiving and that. He was never happy with the idea that, that won't work. Of course not. You can't just have, he never understood why you can't just have off for Thanksgiving. It never dawned on him. I don't like missing any holidays, but I'm a retail lifer, so holidays to me were just another day at work that was going to be busy and miserable. We'll see this year how that plays out, because I think like Domino's, and I'm probably still working for them by then. There's a good chance of that. I think they're open on whatever the hell they call it, Thanksgiving and time like that. I know they like the thing that's gonna suck is if it snows big like it's been, because everybody orders pizza when there's a massive snowstorm coming, because they don't want to cook, but they don't have to do anything to cook. For some reason, people order a lot of pizza and carry and take out when snowstorms or inclement weather is approaching on the following day or the day of it, which is really bad. And I know I've done it too. Like, I didn't feel like cooking anything. I'm trapped at home for the day off work, and for some reason I decide I'm just order a pizza, and I think, wait a minute. After I hang up, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I couldn't walk down my street. Poor pizza guy's got to come here now. I'm going to be the poor pizza guy that has to come there. Yeah, I do feel the same way about birthdays too, Neo Seeker. They're just more of the same. God damn it! Look at that. You look at that. Just look at that. That is way freaking off. Like, it's deflected way too much. God. It looks like my initial hole is correct. At least have the distance to. It's going to be fun to try to release, I guarantee it. Let's cut an even bigger hole. Why not? Well, you know what? Well, before I cut an even bigger freaking hole, let's see exactly what I'm going to have to do to alleviate this problem. All right. It's got to go back that way. Holy shit. Exactly what I was trying to do with this thing, but when I flipped it over, I cut it the wrong damn way. Modding is fun. Fun and educational. More holes. More. You cry for your last toes, Oog. The real kicker's got me when this thing doesn't catch. Yeah, that's the one thing I was. Domino's, of course, freaking pricks. One of those things that sounded too good to be true. They advertised like I think it was like $12 to $14 an hour for the delivery drivers, which I thought was rather generous and strange, and it is, because it's like $6.50 an hour to work for them, which is much more what I thought it was going to be. At the same time, pissing me off. So yeah, but depending on how your tips go, it'll be okay. It's actually going to be $7.50 an hour after a week. And I learned how to do all the other crap that I have to learn how to do about the place. This way, things like kitchen work and stuff, because he's going to have me. I'm going to be closing for a little while. So I get to learn how to do all the cleanup stuff. But I get the feeling delivery drivers are going to be the store's bitches. If it works out okay, though, I'll probably end up working at Target for a little while, at least for the season. And if everything really works out well, the contacts are supposed to be buying my trailer, or at least calling me to buy my trailer. We'll end up buying my trailer, and I'll end up being able to move out in a month and into an entirely new location with a friend of mine. So a shitty paying job actually wouldn't be the least of my problems, because it's only going to cost me the cost of rent, and that would be it to live with, other than my own private bills. RZ Rider, how you doing? I actually might have to get up and have to get some pizza here. It's kind of late-ish, and I haven't eaten anything today other than a Starbucks and a scone. Yes, I had Starbucks. Target had Starbucks. They wanted coffee, and all they had was Starbucks. So, well, that's actually lining up a lot better. I really could use to shape it, though. So, I used to get a lot of Papa John's, but after they basically shitboxed my pizza. I don't know a better way to describe it. I do have a Twitter account that I've never done anything with. And I literally got the Twitter account I feel kind of bad about it, but I got it just to Twitter Papa John's for screwing up my pizza so damn bad. I'm not even sure if I think I put it up on Clowning Earth because it really pissed me off on the Instagram page, because I was really mad about it. I mean, and of course they tried to blame it on the delivery guy, and it's not the delivery guy, because I've had problems with that damn pizza place to begin with out of that damn location. So they tried to blame him for it, and that wasn't going to happen. I knew that was going to happen, so I had to go back then eventually and fix it. And I was going to order pizza one day, and I'm like, actually, Domino's is actually closer. And it took longer to get my pizza from Domino's than the Papa John's, and they're extraordinarily closer, but that's just volume of calls for the day, I guess, or however it works. And it was much tastier than Papa John's to me. The dough was better. Whatever they put on the dough is seasoned well. I used to really hate Domino's, except for their the hell is it? Philly cheesesteak pizza. That thing is. I don't know what they use, man. My buddy used to work at the Papa John's I used to work at. After the stories he told me, I didn't ever want to go into that store anyways, but it's either because the favorite pizza place I have, both of them don't deliver. Their breadsticks are pretty ballin'. Now that I've discovered bread bowls, I don't have to worry about that. Hey, Nintendo. I don't think I watched. Did you get interviewed on Broke Nerfing yet? I can't remember. But I watched the one with Big Cousin Steve. I don't think I watched. If you did, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I'm still working my way through some of my older video stuff. I think that's got to go up further. I think that's what the problem's going to be. But I think I got the position of it left and right good enough because I got like triple the freaking dimensions. So I'm definitely going to have to plate that, that's for sure. You were the first interview. Okay. We're going to have to fix that then. I'm going to have to watch that one. Why won't you situate? It's causing the problem. Okay, that is rigid as all hell. So, why? Yeah, it's got to go up. Okay, need more up. Need more cowbell. It's reaching is how much pizza you made. Of course, dough. Like it. Yeah, well, my favorite pizza place is the one up the road that does a pierogi pizza. It's like 8 pounds of 3 foot thick. Well, it's like an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches thick of uh, of butter and onions and mashed potatoes and cheese, sandwiched together and then covered in more of the same. It's disturbingly awesome. It's like $35-$40 for the damn thing. But like you eat one piece and you feel full and bad about yourself, and then you eat more of it, and then you just concerned that like you just like you get like into the second piece if most people can eat it, because like I can choke down 2 pieces, but even I get like through one, and that's literally enough. But it's so good. But it's also like you think you're going to hell. Like God hates you for you feel like God hates you for eating such a thing. But it's delicious and amazing. It's a little mom and pop shop, and they have strange hours. Russian food is really good too. I can always tell what putty I'm using by the smell of the putty. You guys notice that? When you're working on blasters and things, like literally, like the smell of whatever you're working on is just wonderful and familiar. Yeah, it's weird, right? That dust is going to get in my computer, I'm pretty sure of it. I'm blowing it right towards it. I find a can of air. Actually, I should probably run my shop back in here. Doing all these live streams, I've really choked up my place with dust and dirt. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. All I needed to do is just get over top of here and close so I can figure out the travel distance of. Okay, so that's still banging on whatever the hell that is there. This side. That's gonna be complicated. Meat and cheeses. Oh yeah. That's what I like about the one pizza place up here. It's like some pizza places, they say everything. They don't really put everything on it. Like they leave stuff off. Like they'll put their ham and their bacon on. Some of them don't even put bacon on their everything pizzas, believe it or not. Like that's a cardinal sin. What's up, Nerf and Nate? But the guy up here, a little pop mom and pop shop up the road, if you order an everything pizza, the first thing they say is, "Do you like anchovies?" And you better say yes if you like them, because if you don't, you get anchovies. Because it's an everything pizza, and it says real big on the thing, anchovies. Why is that still freaking hitting? God damn it. Just want to be a pain in the ass. More bright ideas. Oops. We've covered this. Open Nate. Hang on this side. So I gotta go in. It's probably a good way to test the acrylic glue to see exactly how sturdy this stuff is. Yeah, well, yeah, like Pizza Hut's pepperoni. It's not even meat. It's fake meat. There we go. You guys don't know that. It's a soy product. It's barely meat. Of course, then again, I guess pepperoni is kind of barely meat anyways. They remind me of Soapy's, though. Little pressed meat sausage thing they pick up here in Dutch County. It's definitely water weld. And really, don't pop it out there, Neo Seco, your alpha trooper, that is. And start working on it. Keep each other company working on our projects we're never going to finish in time. At least the hole's big enough now I can get my good file through here. I'll give it that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get up to something. This may turn into Connie does Nerf Mod with an eating break on camera here. I get the pee here probably soon too. That's right. About the breakfast pizza. I like breakfast pizza. Never had a breakfast pizza. I've had pizza for breakfast. I put eggs on pizza. But I've never actually officially had a breakfast pizza. Of course, now and then again, you need a Taco Bell. Get you a good breakfast. Okay, how much travel is that? That looks like the dimensions of my file. Almost. It's a little over the dimensions of my file. It should bring it. Maybe I lucked out. Looks like it's going to bring it up to this bump. So if I continue to cut away. Well, it's okay, broke nerfing. None of us get to stay. That's going to have to come out. So I can just literally remove that like this. Oh, goggles. I don't know if I'm adding the bow arms or not. I have to figure out what. I'm on backwards. I have to figure out if what I'm gonna do there. I might try to fill it in and then cap it, but I'm not sure. I may add polycarb, put lights in, add 2 rails to the side of it and stake it. I've used Nerf railing to cover holes before. Nice trick about that is you don't have to use a lot of putty then. You just put the rails over top of it and then putty around them. It makes a good hole cover. It becomes tactical. Wow. Okay. Now, my file, I should be able to bring this up. Like a cinnamon roll, big one cut off the top icing, and then Diced up bacon, even turkey bacon. God damn, I have to stop talking about this food stuff. It's definitely making me hungry. I have to get some cookies. I want cookies. I have cookies. I have cookies. Also have popcorn. Ah, yes, a nice file. This was the only file I had for the longest of times. This way, left. Yep. It's gonna have to come sideways. Okay, that looks better. No, Mr. James David, I actually had to give up my P.O. box. To be honest, I wasn't getting a lot of mail there that wasn't junk mail, so I was getting like double junk mail. It was kind of nice to have that insulating factor, but in the long run, it was an expense that after I lost my job, actually about the same time, I lost my job at Walmart, the P.O. box came due, and I couldn't afford to have it around anymore. I've been toying with the idea of getting another one here. Maybe starting a Patreon and do the first Patreon thing is get a PO, at least like the super chat and stuff, and use that to fund a PO box. It'd actually be probably just about what I'd be get. My buddy does the same thing with Barfood. Yeah, I lost my job about 2 or 3 weeks ago, almost a month. Completely not cool. So I've been living sort of hand to mouth off instructions of blasters and odd jobs and things like that. So I got the job at Harbor Freight, which just recently lost as well. Now I'm going to be driving for Papa John's. Well, I had a decent savings at one time. I had to give that up too. I was spent because of the Enwar trip, fucking up all my bills. Enwar seems to be a cursed trip for me. Makes me wary of doing things like Ragnar Oktoberfest and stuff like that, where I really need to travel a long distance. Well, I always land on my feet for as fat as I am. I think I'd be a damn. I got the life skills of a cat. I guess. I mean, don't really. My one deciding factor that I go for this universe is my theory is the theory of being useful. Like everybody actually has enough travel to make that decision. Other hand, idiot. Okay, we can set this thing up now and see if it works. Should be fun. $10 says it snaps off on the first try. Everybody has a measure of usefulness to them. A thought. Everybody has a measure of usefulness, whether it's being born and then you immediately die. You have accomplished something with your life. That's what the gods set you out to do. Your life bears one single meaning for accomplishment. And you need to find out what that is, or it's determined at what it is. And when that happens, there is an exit window. that occurs, and it's the only way I can describe things like ghosts and that, because there's plenty of times I shouldn't be still going. The crap I've had to put through, the stuff I've had to put up with, and then the universe just turning around and providing me with something immediately is annoying and fabulous at the same time. But I don't understand how that happens. And I don't understand how to put this thing back together, because that's not going to reach that. I'm missing a piece. So, oops. No. That was my pinup. The Griever pinup. You just want face right the hell face down. Right face down, damn it. And you get your exit window, and it's think of many spinning wheels in a tower like this, straight up. And there's a hole in each one. And as those gears spin, at some point they line up, and you keep progressing through the holes until you are at the bottom, which is your death. You fall through the machine. Something can go wrong where the timing goes off, a bad bounce or something, and then it just kind of sits there and spins. And you never really accomplish what you're supposed to do. And then the entire timing is out. So eventually it does fall through, but you eventually fall your way off a side, or it takes forever to go through and you become miserable. Like, that's the only way I can just. I developed this theory watching a guy at work that was probably the most miserable son of a bitch I've ever seen on the face of the planet. Like, he could have been dead the next day and he still would have been complaining. I mean, true pessimist. True pessimist. I did not understand how a human being could be literally that miserable. I mean, there's miserable, but this dude just took it to an entirely new level. And I don't remember how to put this stupid thing back together at all. I might have to look this up. I think that goes here. That's the indexing tab, and it's off its little springy thing, which I don't think is good. You get a feeling that should be under there. I think people have a purpose, and then once your purpose is up, you're dead. I think that's how it works. However, I think it's also completely possible to miss your purpose and then be stuck in some shitbox of eternal loop where you don't have, there we go, the control over what's going on with your life anymore. That is a touchy little shit spring. I am going to have to up that. I guarantee it. Okay. Well, this should be fun. I thought, wait a minute, I don't have a trigger on here. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Okay. Click. Should probably put some screws in this, but let's watch it explode. Oh, that's bad. Why won't that prime? Oh, Clowny. Oh, Clowny. God damn it. Oh. Whoa. Don't go far, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around. Okay. Another unforeseen problem. That's how we do such things. This would normally be a clear track to the back, but because of purposes of building, this now sticks. pessimistic optimism. Either you get it or you get less. Do I need it? You liver and finally got it, and I finally feel better than worse. And well, that's back. Oh, I remember saying something about that. I think. It was my beer can. I'm an optimistic pessimist or a pessimistic optimist. One of my favorite pictures that reminds me of something like that is the picture of three glasses and they're full of yellow liquid. First glass says it's half full. Second glass says it's half empty, and the third one's like, "Is this piss?" So the best way I can describe my view on things, like I'm not concerned with whether the glass is full or not. It's this looks like piss. Negative realism. Who drank my tea? Uh-oh. Nope, uh-oh. Somebody's gonna die. Somebody's gonna die. I do commissions, James David, or David James, but I don't get asked to do many commissions. I actually feel my prices on commissions are rather good for the people getting them. I'm fairly a Springer guy, though, so I haven't had a lot of working on the other things, but they're kind of foolproof. I also kind of hate doing commissions because I feel I'd rather teach somebody what to do. But I do commissions. I just haven't done too many. And this is not, there we go. I have to get that level with that. Why is that? My prices are lower because, well, I don't have a big name tax on them. And I feel really bad about charging some kid $200 for a strife. Like, I feel really bad. I don't like the idea of charging some kid $200 for a damn strife. Because, your time may be worth something, but when you pay for artistic work, your time is usually never worth the damn thing. That's the way it works. Yeah, see, that's the thing, too. Like, it's something like I get emails from kids that want me to build them things. And when they're like, I have like $60, can you build me a strife? I'm like, yeah, but like $60. So like, what do you want? And they're like, oh, I want a set of fangs and the worker wheels and an OPV, open flywheel project cage. And I'm like, okay, so your cage is $80, so you're already $20 in the hole. The strife is another 35, 40, so now you're like $80 in the hole. And then you have your flywheels, your motors, and then what I'm going to charge you, plus all the paint that I'm going to have to buy for doing it for you because you want it painted up with all this cool stuff. So now you're looking at like a couple $100, kid. And they're like, well, it can't be that much. I'm like, yeah, it can. I mean, parts alone are going to wreck you. So I'm always like, just like watch the YouTube videos and kind of build them yourself because I feel bad about wrecking some kid that like took all summer long to get his blaster stuff. That's why that's why I did I did a bunch of those fire strikes and things. I built them at like, I built them for $25 a pop, and I know you can get like $50 out of them, but I went for low profit because there wasn't much in them. I could build 3 of them in an hour, literally. I did it. And then it doesn't take me long to make them. Like the one I painted up to sell off was better. It went for a higher price, but I put a lot of paint time into that too. Yeah, toy electricity. Exactly. I didn't get that statement, but it's the exact same thing. Now that I'm older, I don't make the right decision though. I've been times where I've literally bought the toy and then had to talk to PP&L, or Geico, or Verizon. Oh God, Waterwell tastes bad. Probably turn the power up on the gun. And I am more than willing to do a commission for anybody. Do not get me wrong. Why is that not cutting through? Oh, so much putty. Whoa, hot down. Whoa. Yeah. Water well is disgusting. Ugh. Almost as bad as PVC. On Facebook. Yeah, see, that's the other thing that kids don't understand too. Like, we went to the event with Rodney, and I had our blasters sitting up there. Like, mine was nowhere near. Like, I had my Sledgefire out. Rodney had Doomslayer out with the Rhino Fire with the skeleton on top of it, and there was a Prickly had Salvador or some kind of green. It's the one that was green, and he had somebody hydro dip for him because he wanted to make sure it was fine. So I had M&B do it, I think. And the internals are stuff, and like kids are like picking them up and wigging them around, and like they had I'm sure Prickly did it and Rodney did it, but I explained to the one dad who didn't quite seem to understand immediately how much like one of those blasters can cost. Like by the time you're done with them, and he kind of looked a little sick. I don't think he let his kid touch the things again. You can type out. Never could type. I could send things to you with the plans on everything I would have you do wiring on my latest project. I would be honored to do so, but oh God, I do not have a lot of, yeah. Oh, water well is gross. I have a lot of experience wiring stuff. God, you need a right angle. Because you have to do this on the other side too, I think. I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah, I gotta get another bit off of that and see if I can reduce the black lung syndrome going on here. While not destroying the integrity of the blaster. Where is... I know I'm not looking at the chat. Give me a second here, guys. I want to see where the putty will flake away easily. So I can see where the plastic is doing this. And then I just do this to take it down. Okay. How are you guys here? Yeah, but now I see if it's with my strife yet, and I have a cage and wheels. I'm like, yeah, I'm not even done with this thing yet, and I already started screwing around building something else because I can. That one most likely will be for sale. This one will probably end up being for sale too, by the way. There's a good chance of that because I'm probably not going to need it. I'm not sure what to do with it after I'm done with it. I want to start building my actual mods that I have sitting back there. This is kind of a, like I said, I just wanted to start building something on camera. And I started building this, and I thought it'd be fun. And then I came up with the idea that if I'm building another blaster on camera and I have most of it done already, I might be able to do something about that. Okay, so I have to pull that plunger tube all the way back. paper tube. I have to clean the hell out of these parts. Let's see. Yeah, gross. Come on. Where's the cat side? That's the cat side. Okay. It goes back nice and clean. I'm just going to have to work the other side down now. The kind of neat thing about that idea is, though, you guys get to see kind of the work that goes in. Somebody brought that up in the live stream. I want to say it was Mr. Nathan, because it probably was, because he's rather insightful. He said you get to see the amount of work that actually goes into doing something like this, other than like, I did this, I did this, I did this. I have to knock that down too. Freaking bloody. Next build might end up being a sword, though. A couple of years ago, they brought these foam skulls from hey, OC Nerf. Foam skulls from and of course I can't just see it sitting here, damn it. From a Halloween store. And they were, well, okay, that's just a Busby. The intent was to make some swords, of course, Soul Reaver. Yeah. How can I make this cost $200? Yeah. Hey, OC Nerf, what's your favorite flavor of grinded material? I'm starting to become rather fond of the JB Waterweld. It's kind of tangy, with a light citrus flavor, backed by a cancerous overtone. Very lemony, though. Just kind of lemony. You know what the difference between the grinding on what? Can you guys tell me the difference between grinding on foam again and grinding on water and grinding on foam? Waterweld and foam. Do you guys know what the difference is? Give up? The color of your boogers. The difference between grinding on putty and grinding on foam is the color of your boogers. Breast cancer. Yep. Yeah. Oh. Like watermelon, and the other smells like plastic. They both taste like cancer. Ugh. People always ask me, what's it taste like? I'm like, cancer. Diet soda. It's kind of the same thing. I'm assuming. Never actually licked diet soda. Oh, everyone seems to be tolerating me just fine. Hey, you, Mr. David, James. I'll most likely be doing a couple of these, seeing as how the new job is part-time and weird hours. So I have a day or two to decide whether or not I'm going to mold over with a friend of mine. if I want to start opening up things like that, which would be good for, doing things, like I said before, picking up basic costs on things. It'd be so bad. Like getting the P.O. box back instated would actually be rather good to me. Okay. Oh, it tastes so awful. Where's the spring? Where's the cap? Spring, the cap. I guess that's what that little spring was in there. It was probably the return piece. Okay, so you realize what that is now. It must be a return spring to catch on there. That's good to know. Okay, there we go again. Darts are loaded and covered in fur. Gross. I have to clean that fit up completely. Okay. Either going to be a boing or a spoing. Oops. Oh, caught! Caught! It's a little touchy. Bottom barrel. Let's see where to put the screws. Bug attack. Dual strike. Bug attack ones will work. Really should. Screwdriver. Okay. Oh yeah. That's right. I have to take that one out. That one doesn't exist anymore. That one doesn't exist anymore. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. You can kind of see it too if you look closely or just right at it. Ooh, that screw port's getting testy. I put one too many in there and taking it back out one too many times. It doesn't feel like a happy screw port. That one can't be unhappy. I'm going to have to fill that one in. The Busby, they're getting a little squirrely. These aren't the screws that go in them, though. You got to reline that again. I took out. Nope, that one's still there. That's one I actually got right. I still got to square it up. Well, you might have missed for a pistol. Yeah, it looks really beefy, but for a blaster, it looks about right because I still have. Oh, where'd I put it? Remember, remember I got this. That still attaches to the back end of that thing. I gotta make that so I can just pop on and off. Yeah, that does make a beefy looking pistol. It's actually somewhat uncomfortable until you throw the stock on and your hand's in the right position. But for a pistol, it kind of cuts in. But I'm gonna have to trim this anyways because that's a little far up. So that's gonna be cut here anyways because it's too far forward. So this should spring again. Oh, Sandfire. That was not the intended purpose. That was not the intended purpose. Why is it Slamfire? Huh. Not really happy about that. Damn it. I didn't cut a giant hole in my blaster side to make it spam fire, damn it. So why is it doing that? I wonder. Oh. Well, ain't that a neat trick? Well. Okay, so we have a small problem. No. Not officially. Something strange. Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay, so catch is holding up just fine. It's coming back and releasing. I think I know what the problem is. This is coming back. I do have some metal pins laying around. Not many left, though. Yep. That is exactly what's happening. Well, here's a stupid thought. This was a second-hand Baron. I never bothered to test fire this thing before I got it, which is a big mistake on my part, possibly. What's happening is, when this comes back, here's the working mechanisms. This comes back, flips the trigger switch. You see it snap in place, and it goes here. Now, there is tension pushing this way on this bar, the plunger tube. And as I pull this back, the priming bar comes back, or in this case, as this would come forward, this slides back It gets into here, and then it becomes, you can see it starts to does this. For some reason, it's either twisting out of position or it's flexing down. And the only thing I can think of is, yep. Well, shit me. When I sawed through this, there was a guiding rod that held that up. It was a small bump. I didn't think much of it. I thought it to be a molding thing. So there is no guide holding this back from flexing anymore, which actually doesn't sound like that's going to be a problem. So we have an option then, guys. Yeah, if you open it up, there's a small, indiscriminate little peg that matches over a part that guides on this, where this bar slides here. That little peg holds it. Yes, Austin, that's exactly what I'm getting with this. We have two options. Essentially, I found an entirely new way to make this thing slam fire. So, cool. I'm not particularly fond of leaving it slam fire. However, it works. Other than the fact that I cut a giant hole in here, which I can, for the most part, I believe, patch and sand. I would have to cover this anyways to fix this gigantic hole with some kind of plating or something. Or I can put a guiding piece from the leftover polycarb hunks that are plaguing my table here at the moment. And glue that in, because this is the same distance as that. And dropping one in here would create a much more robust sliding bar guide. Kind of don't want to have to cut a hole in the blaster to fail at cutting a hole in the blaster to have to seal it back up. But it would also be kind of nice. Yeah, the metal pins things would be a neat idea. However, I have to cut a very large gap across it to do so, because it's not gonna just, I have to literally like haul a piece out or put a piece down for it to slide through. So it's not going to necessarily work as well as I think it would. That's why this, no way to avoid it, putting this in here as a guide would work well. Because unless I'm mistaken, that goes on both sides of that rail and does nothing but ride it, which is exactly what it does. So I could glue this in here. I could actually glue that in there. But I'm going to glue it fast to the shell instead. Well, I could glue that right in there. If I glue down there, it has to be glued. It's pushing this way. Probably want to make sure it's up against that wall. Yeah, I don't think the metal pins are going to work. All right, so because it's flexing out is the issue. There's not enough guide spot for it anymore. So when this comes back, it's going to go literally all the way to here. Well, where's the mock-up? Where's my piece? Where's my pieces? I need all the pieces. All the parts! All the pieces! All the pieces. I think the metal pins are going to cause too much of an issue because I'm going to have to literally cut the thing out and slide it. And that's a lot of extra cutting in order to just get a very simple part which can be fixed like this. Or I could leave it slam fire. I think that water will be itchy. Not the first time I said that though. I'm allergic to the water world. That'd be an interesting thought. Okay, so how to function the complex solution. It's literally bending out. It's bending. Here's your catch mechanism. It's bending out this way. When it comes back in, it comes back into here where the catch is. It's not making contact with the catch anymore. So the problem is putting a guide spot in here. Is putting it through here is not going to help because there's nothing guiding it through, which will require more of this to guide it and more shell cutting and more issues of doing so. It's really close to that. And that is right up against it, which wouldn't necessarily be a huge issue. I'm kind of leaning towards slam fire at this point because I'm actually irritated by the fact that it doesn't want to work. And that would just be an easy fix to just pop over the hole or use it for a spot to put in a switch for LEDs or something like that, I guess, but it's kind of in a bad spot. Yeah, see that's what I was getting at with a plastic plate there, Austin. This thing still has its flat edge on it from being off of the original tile. So where are these buggers off of here? The problem with that is that this rests right up against there on the original track line. These nubs, the black nub here, is deeper than the piece of polycarb that will run through it, hence causing more guidance problems, which would suck. Because in order to solve the problem, I have to literally cut away one of their problems. Causing one of their solutions because this nub rides through here on the guide train, which is actually out to here. Now, I could, yeah, I was just going to say, I could extend the guide channel outwards. I have to take away this piece, lay this in here flat. Wow. That would, well, it would actually work, but There's another issue. I have to get that flat, perfectly flat, all the way across to match on both sides. I could see as to where it was releasing, which I might actually be able to do. I might be able to figure out what point it's releasing on. If it's slam firing, it's going to... Well, if I had the stuff, I'd probably just build a much stronger plunger rod, but the issue is it's not really flexing, it's more moving in a free spot. So it's not a flex issue, it's a captive issue as to where there's not enough enforcement to slide it across the point where it goes through. So even if I were to reinforce it, it would still slide. God damn it! It would still slide in place because it doesn't have the wall. It'd be the equivalent of leaning against a wall and like having your legs taped up with splints and then slowly shortening the wall as you are wheeled down it. Doesn't matter how stiff your legs are, the support side is going away. So eventually you're going to fall over, even though you've managed to reinforce the parts that were causing the problem for the most part. So the theory, and this is, if I pull this back, okay, I can feel the tension against it here. It's almost where it has to be. Right at the end. Right at the end. Literally right at the end. Bear with me a moment here, guys. Yeah, I can see it flexing downwards. Okay, so, damn it, really? It's literally releasing just as I get down to the end of it. And it's just the last like eighth of it is what's causing the problem. So, it's literally like here. So it's pushing. There it is. I not this angle steep enough. The piece is definitely long enough. Look how long the other one was. I guess I could recut the catch or even notch it so it hangs over more. And that would be a real simple, somewhat solution. Make the catch fit further down this way. I wonder what happens if I install the original Busby catch. There it is. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of extra space to extend it, but there is enough to cut it over. Now, the theory is going to be here, don't lose the spring. If it does the same with the extended catch, with the original Busby catch, I can cut the Busby catch to test to see if I have to cut a new catch. Why does it screw that fast? There it is. Because if that works, it means I won't have to go through the hassle of recutting everything, re-gluing, getting pieces trimmed up to make them match. And I can just, because this is literally like a one-to-one mock-up of that damn thing. It's holding up pretty good, actually. I'm surprised. Actually not bad at making those. That might simply solve the problem. It might be a little touchy yet, too, but I could always see if I could back it. You can't really put a bracer there. You really can't put a bracer there like that. If it was going the other way, it would be much simpler. If I had a U channel, literally just hold it this direction. It would be much simpler. I can't, because this main tension piece is causing the problem. Oh, this mod slowed down quickly, didn't it? Went from gun-ho blazing to now Clowny has to think. I don't like thinking, making these things. It's no fun. It's the hard part. That's yeah, I'm gonna have to pee. That's for damn sure. Come here, you. Okay. Now, all right. Stop doing that. Yeah. Nice little metal problem will be solved. Metal priming bar. Oh no, I'd have to refit the inside. Every time I do that. Okay. Now, when I move this forward, all right. So it's definitely not my catch mechanism. So I'm gonna go spoing again. It always does. Now, if I just had a damn pencil. Now, what I need to do is put a serious mark here on the catch mechanism. I want to trim that end down. Trim the other side down so it hangs over more. Yeah, I thought of that, but it's a lot of bending. It'd actually be easier to kind of cut it, or I probably even have a piece of plastic laying around that is, oh wow, does that seriously all that actually makes contact with that thing? You can see it. Well, I can't show you guys on camera how much this actually makes contact with it, but the majority of this catch mechanism is literally buried. There is, let's see, the catch mechanism's plate that it hits is roughly half 1, 2, 3, 4. 3/8. 1, 2, 3. Roughly 3/8 long. The part that makes contact with it is an 1/8. Only that much is actually what's holding it back. More of this thing is wasted as far as priming, as far as side goes, to actually have it contact, which is really interesting that it loses nearly more than half. I can actually see where the stupid marks are going in. It would work. No problem, I can see them here. There we go. So, I should be cutting up my actual catch. I don't want to be cutting up the real catch, but my catch was such a pain in the ass to make. So, I'm just begging to have my finger sliced open here. It should ride over more. Let's do this dangerously. Zoom! Zoom, zoom! Okay, it's not level, so I'm going to break out a file. Hit that. I'm amazed that that is literally all that is holding this stupid thing back, is that small amount of plastic. This thing didn't have an up on it. Okay, that is now officially overhanging and technically ruined. After I get to see if this actually works, I'm going to pause for a minute or two. I don't have an intermission thing. I got to pee and I got to grab some freaking food here. So I'm going to get up and stand up and walk around for like a minute or two. Get some pee. Or get some food and pee. There's one thing you learn working retail. Told this to my aunt who's a nurse. I said there's a lot of, so there's a few similarities between working retail and being able to be a nurse. And we said a couple different ones. And I told her, I said, there's one big different one that you probably never think of. And she said, what's that? And I'm like, the ability to hold your pee. The video on intermission. Go right ahead. I have to get an intermission thing to learn how to play in here yet, so that's going to be the next trick. I'm probably going to robust this up too, so that'll be another piece I cut over as soon as I get this all done. So theory is sound here. Forward. Marching forward, mention. Oh, that's disappointing. Spring. How much does that flex backwards when this comes back? I need this here. Need this gone. Need this here. That's back. Okay, now I don't know why it's doing that. That is a much more... What the hell? Stupid chat window. Definitely robust enough to catch. It makes it so it's not sliding down here and not catching, but now it's still doing it. Will it twist? The other channel on it. Oh, you bastard. That is really fucking irritating. Something as simple as the catch mechanism doesn't want to work. I can't figure out why. Do not want to make this slam fire after all the stupid work I put into this thing. You're starting to get angry again. Let's try swapping this out for a much beefier spring. God, bloody hell. Just to see. Let's catch. Just to see if it works on releasing. Like I said, this was a second-hand blaster, so maybe it's got a catch issue that get in that stupid spot that I'm not aware of. It is most definitely harder to move. Okay. Whatever time's a charm, right? That's I don't remember. I wish I could prime it with the stupid thing open. It'd cause solve a lot of issues. If I could actually see what it was. Maybe I'll only start working on clear blasters from now on. Oh, hey Ryan. I think this is one of the ones you sent me. You know, it's one of the ones from the pile. I always do that. It's a pile. I'm not exactly sure. What? That's a problem. Oh, see, Nerf, it doesn't go well. I dumped in a new spring, and I'm literally holding these together. All the tension I can put on them But you know what? We're just going to ditch a priming bar. Yeah. Okay, so it's not what I wanted to do. That's interesting. Yeah, it goes again. No, I think I know what happened. I'm looking at the catch mechanism here. The original one has a white tab that sticks up as a guide, and I don't know what the hell I did with mine. I had to alleviate that in order to make it go through. It would appear that in doing so, I made the actual catch spot wider than it needs to be. I need to see, because it looks like when the catch is sticking up out of the hole, it looks like it's doing this in prime position. So the theory now is that the angle might be becoming offset, and that's what's causing the problem. So I'm going to install my catch and not lose this damn spring or the other damn spring. Just going to go in there for a moment and see what kind of torsion problem I'm having, because I now think that's what it might be. There's too many variables when doing this crap. This is going to be a fun one too, because there's no guiding post on the back of this thing to get this to sit. And my hemostats. Nope. Teach it in backwards. Yep. Nope. Yep. Yep. Yeah, there is a lot of extra play on the side of that thing. Which would lead me to believe In theory, I could suck that up. Which actually be really good because that's what's causing the problem. This would be a good time to go pee, get the glue set and stuff. As the glue dries, I could actually get something to eat back here. So this will be the last test of a theory. I wanted to do this anyways and reinforce this, but I'm not doing that here quick. I'm just going to make a mark. Oh, it's 2 hours of this? Jeez. Oh, marathoning it tonight. Okay, I don't have any plans on stopping anytime soon here. Well, maybe midnight. Oh, I know what I have to do, though. So let me know. Oh, yeah. Holy jeez. As soon as I set that, that thing went, it twisted this direction. Because there's nothing stopping it. The guide's been destroyed. I cut the slot too wide. Clunk. Okay. That's what we're going to do. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break here. And oh God, that wasn't. Yeah, no, that's a big old tube. I'm going to take a quick break. So I can get something to eat and pee and refresh my beer. So hang tight, guys. Oh. Oh, bloody hell. Sat here for 2 hours. Woo. A little tough to get up off this shitty chair. Oh, boy. Oh, cold out in the hallway. Oh. Should I turn the heater on? Ah. Ugh. It was like water welding farts in here. Okay, well, apparently I did have my heater going out there, and the shitty 30-year-plus-year-old wiring in my house decided to trip the breaker, and it keeps tripping, which means I gotta check the socket tomorrow to make sure the socket didn't fry itself again. All kinds of fun. God, I hate this place. Other people's houses can burn to the ground. Why can't mine? Just don't get that lucky. Coffee stout. So, my pizza's cold. It's a good chance you probably heard me taking explosive crap. I've been eating pizza for like 5 days. The whole lost the job thing again kind of screwed me up. Where the hell did I put that? Explode on me again here, please. Could have been just me stepping across here because this place buckles and shakes like you wouldn't believe. I'm a part of the fun of living in a garbage hole of a trailer. Well, Xander's here. Okay, I'll just put that there. Now, to ensure maximum fusion, take that off. That is the flat side. Up, and we're just gonna mount this. Right. Probably mark to see exactly how far this needs to go over. This is going to be a neat trick. Not only do I have to keep this where it's got to be here, but I can go over a little. So I'm going to go over more than I think I need to, just to make sure it fits right. And mix up some of the methacrylate. Ugh. Oop. Oh, shit. Well, tube's running out anyways. Wow, where'd the already used one go? There it is. Glue in. Whatever the hell it is. That piece is down. This is the back end. I'll make sure very lightly powder this thing's nose. Not so much as trying to get it just glue on here, as I'm trying to soften it up for a second. Because the way this glue works is it basically melts the shit, and it's already starting to. I want to make sure I got a good, clean sandwich. Interesting. Pair of vice grips here as a makeshift clamp. Make sure that edge is flat. Yep. That edge has been sealed up over. That's okay like that. Squishing it all over here. Okay. Now we just kind of chill for a couple of minutes while that sets up. Oh, I'm not sure what's on this one. That's bacon. Look at sausage. What the hell? The bottom of my pizza look like. Oh God. I was gonna warm it up, but the stupid thing popped on me. So, whoop, I don't know what the hell that was. Ew. This piece is far superior. This is chicken ham with extra cheese and then extra cheese. I guarantee you that one there is guaranteed to cause some diarrhea just because it can. Tune in and watch Clowny eat pizza. Hear him grow fatter. Oh, there's that stupid stink bug stuck up in the corner under my boxes of Nerf darts. Oh, I don't have any. Got a couple of things I guess I could smush them with. My airsoft pistol is broke. There's my airsoft pistol. Where'd I put that catch at? I should probably trim my other catch down to see if that's going to work. Something tells me I shouldn't mess with it until I make sure that's what the problem was. Ain't bad. So besides watching me eat pizza for the moment, what are all you guys up to tonight? All 6 of you. As I eat pizza, my numbers drop. I would offer you a piece, but I don't think it's going to work that way. I can't really cut anything either because then I cover my pizza and mess. What's wrong with your 3D printer, James? School tomorrow already? God, I didn't have to be at school till 7 o'clock. It's going to be a long day. Filament jam? Like from the reel, or is it like a heat, or did it like wedge up in the machine and cause all kinds of hell? Yeah. It's 10. Oh, that's right. It is 10 p.m. there. I forget time zones are a thing. Kinda. That's kind of why I went on later tonight. It seems like most of my viewing audience is actually like on the other side of the Mississippi. This pizza piece is heavy. With all the cheese. So see, I don't have a lot of people that view me on this side. There's a fair amount of people, but it's like OC Nerf and rest of the dudes, like everybody else seems to be in the West Coast. Which I guess is fair enough. I mean, West Coast is kind of where it's at for like the YouTubey nerfy stuff. Yeah, right now. Right now. Hang on till tomorrow. Watching my numbers drop as I eat pizza. Nobody wants to see me eat pizza. Oh, good pizza though. Really garlicky. It's got the white sauce on it. Mm. And the last piece of pizza I'm going to have for a while, I'm pretty sure of it. I know I'm going to be working for Domino's. About a whole bunch of fruit and carrots again. I see that guzzling beer. And tomorrow when I'm out and about, I'm going to pick up a bottle of liquor instead. Because I just need something to drink. Liquor is better than drinking beer. Finally educates people on the masses. Oh, buddy. Oh, that's good. Even better. What's up? Don't want more? Okay. It's dried up pretty good. Needs a little work though. So let's do some filing. Where's my flat file at? Where's all my flat files at? Yo! Uh-oh, that was a weird butt sound. I wonder if Out of Darts calls himself or has a printer farm. Was a man named Out of Darts and printers was his game. Oh, Ruscio, oh Ruscio, and Prusa was its name. Oh, and Prusa. I swear to God, he's just like only thing he even needs anymore from anybody is just ammunition. He got his own blasters. He got entirely his line completely of own blasters. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised soon if he starts doing mold injecting things. Cause that's like gotta be the next step. Probably actually buy some stuff then too, because not the biggest fan of. We've been over that though. I'm not responsible enough to have 3D printed stuff. I can't have nice things. Okay, now let's see how easy that slides. Well, the more they run, the more they break down. But as long as they're running, though, they make you money. They can make you money. So you hide them when you're able. In the land of milk and honey, you must put them on the table. You're going back, Jack. Do it again. Wheels turning round and round. Back, Jack. Do it again. Who sings that? You know who sings that? Who sings it properly? Bum, bum, bum. Uh-oh. This is a cutting disc. Laying out here somewhere. Maybe I'll. My buddy's trying to get himself a 3D printer too. He probably might have saw that earlier or something. They could make use of it. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm sure I could definitely make use of it. But I want things that people don't print. I don't want another Strife battery. I don't want another Strife battery, Thor. I want new parts for my Octoshot. It'd be nice to have a better catch mechanism for that thing, or at least one that replaces it. Those things are getting harder to find. My Octoshot blows up on me. That's I don't want to have to like. I can manufacture one, but it's a lot of work. You can see with just manufacturing just a basic catch for like this is what this does, man. This is a pain in the arse. And this is just a little catch. Okay. Now that is definitely reinforced. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Might do the other side of the catch. Probably be a good idea. If this holds up enough, I can do that off camera. We might still be able to do it on camera. I don't know, maybe I'll go even longer yet. I mean, nobody else is really watching but me. A handful of you dudes. Utterly appreciated. Okay. Well, it's definitely trying to twist. Damn it. This is extraordinarily frustrating. I have hacked a hole in the side of my blaster for apparently no good damn reason. There are easier ways to make this thing freaking slam fire and ripping holes in the side of your blaster. Not paying attention much, are we, James? Still giving me hell, James. Major time giving me hell. Even after increasing the mechanism, reinforcing the side of it, it's still slam firing. Yes, there are two of you. Let me go a little further here. Okay, that is literally right on the edge of where it needs to be. So we're going to go just slightly over. I want to see. There we go. All right, Neo Seeker. I will see you later. All right, now that's about damn near perfect. Monkey steals that peach. Anybody know what that move is? Monkey steals the peach. It's either the priming rod's twisting. The catch is definitely moving when I put it together, though. I saw that for a fact, so I reinforced it, which actually seemed to take up the slack on the twist. So at this point, I'm getting ready to just butcher the hole back shut and leave it slam fire, because this is starting to really piss me off. And technically, it's a panic blaster. The slam fire wouldn't hurt it, but I'm also starting to rationalize my growing and overwhelming frustration at this seemingly simple problem. Okay. Ouch. Frick. At this point in the story, Clowny Nerf had enough. He was about ready to smash his motherfucking blaster into pieces due to his own overwhelming frustration at the problem, the inability to deal with such things on a personal level. Apparently his camera didn't learn the lesson either. brain fuel. Now the problem is with that, James, is I can't see very far inside to the shell. There's not much of an angle I can get at because there's a lot of nothing to look at. It's a very small hole, and the guiding section is mostly shrouded. You just suck the biggest of rocks, don't you? Okay, yeah, did. Do that now, you prick. Not while you're sitting, huh? Okay. Buzz around all you want, you stupid stink bug. Yeah, this is definitely overwhelmingly frustrating. Do you have any more putty? Yeah, I do. Well, there's a spot I can look in. Well, I can see inside through the plunger tube hole. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck using my catch now, though. Well, it's not twisting according to the hole here. It is slightly off center, but even when the blaster was there, there's nothing to hold it in place either way, because I didn't remove any of the back of the Busby to attach it. Or did I? No, I left the integration on. I had to take that part off to make it prime, because the Nerf part went over it. Oh, now what? Now the spring gave out. Okay, well. Looks like this little monkey bastard is going to be slam fire. And I managed to lose the actual spring that went in there, which is, oh look, it's the stink bug. Yeah, how you like that? Huh? Fly around here. Screw you. Oh, God, I think they smell bad. You thought they smelled bad on the outside? Whoa. Jesus. That was awful. I thought they smelled bad when you step on the little bastards. Okay, well, I won't be doing that again. Actually, I probably won't be doing that again because it was really cruel, and now I feel bad that I took my frustrations out on a little stink bug like that. Although I hate them. I hate them severely. It didn't deserve to be cooked alive like that. That was cruel and unusual. Damn it. I'm pretty sure my karma will pay me back for that at some point here in the near future. I will be waiting for it. And I will have earned it. I do think that they eat them? Why the hell would that? What? Must be listed as edible. People eat things that are edible. They don't eat things that taste good. That's why settlers ate tree bark, because it was listed as edible. I wonder what happened to the original catch, the original spring. Where'd my OG spring go? I had it in here, didn't I? This boat tack? Yeah, delicacy. Another word for something that probably tastes bad. Dual strike. Is there a spring in here? That looks like a... Oh, I remember what I did with it. There it is. Yeah, delicacy is another word for something that you would normally throw out. It's a definite word for it. Delicacy. Delicacy, acquired taste, things like that. We've also covered that on this channel. Okay, so after all that, going through this crap, I'm going to have to still use my own catch mechanism, which I guess would be good when I up the spring because it's a bit more robust. I'm probably going to put a screw back through the other side of this to help retain that because I don't have the retention piece in here that I did on the other one. And I have to use this as a damn slam fire. Which is really irritating. I cut a giant hole. And the box there for no reason. I guess there's always got to be something wrong that goes wrong with a build that just breaks your heart every time. Why not? Why not? I guess it could have been worse. Busby could have been a complete disaster. They're not shot at all. I mean, that's a complete possibility. Remember to robust that up at some point. All these parts to this dual strike, and I don't know what half of them do. They look like parts to the thing. Switcheroo. I think I'm going to mix up some putty. Patch that hole shut and then watch a little more Daredevil. Because this was a disappointing night for modding. Bloody hell. I got it. Where's the rail? It's that rail there. It rides here. So I can build, in theory, as long as I keep that low, I should be able to do it. Now, see, now the new problem is, since I did that, the mechanism is now in danger of being puttied on. As long as I keep it that high, it must be at least this high. Keep it up to there, it should be okay. Where's my stupid pocket knife? People. 5 little monkeys dancing on the bench. And then the mama said, "You stupid bastard monkeys, I'm going to kick your ass. Your father was a hemorrhoid, and if you keep doing so, you're also going to be a pain in my ass. Now get the hell back over here and unclog my shunt." Father was a hemorrhoid. Putty. Apparently that was a signal for screwing it up. Yeah, well, all mods are a pain in the ass. I got your video for the M6 filmed. I just haven't put it up yet. No, maybe I'll post that tomorrow. You got to make a Facebook page or something for your mod work so I can tell people to go there, because that's what you need to make. Like, do that, and I can post your mod. Make a Facebook page and name it something. I don't care what the hell it is. Give it a name. Just give it a name. Give it a name, man. I'm serious. I know exactly what's going to happen. People are like, "Where can I get one? Does he have a Facebook page? Or what's his mod name?" And like that, I'm going to get a bunch of those. They always do. And I want to make sure I can direct people to where to get one. It's a lot easier than just giving them like a random Facebook dude. Probably going to cover this in glue too, because I don't trust the putty's adhesion as well. The water weld is one of the reasons I like the water weld, because it has a much better adhesion quality than some of the other stuff does. Steel stick's really good too for that, but I've actually not used enough putty for once in my life. It'd be weird. Like that. While this is still somewhat wet, you can form this into Voltron. Build this up into the other side. That way I have enough to make sure I can sand on. I'm going to have to do it again. That's for damn sure, though. Because I have to build through. To make sure it fits. over here. Okay. Yeah, spot. Close that on top of this. Is there any information marks? Yes, there is. Sailor, Norfolks. Okay. Calling my bluff. It will be done. I have to put an annotation on the Facebook thing, as I have the video compressed already to a file. Yeah, I'm going to be going here in a second, Mr. White. I just want to make sure that I'm not getting any marks on that side to make sure it's going down. That way when it dries. Okay, that seemed to work out though. Oh, wow, my knees hurt. Well, time to go out here and rest them in an actual chair. Well, this wasn't the most productive nights, unfortunately. The body work's going to be even uglier to do, but I got some of this done. And I'm kind of getting done with all the mechanical stuff. Where the body work and stuff is starting to going to be the only thing that's going to need to be done here. So I'll have to test around and see bonding, and probably going to have to buy whatever they call it, that bonding stuff, putty stuff. I have to buy that putty stuff because I'm going to need to make sure some of these edges are filled in and look cleaner than they do when I blend them down. They're going to need to be blended in here. No, putty's good for that, but it's expensive to do. So that'll be the next thing. You guys watch me literally pick through this and do that mess. Maybe I'll save all that for off camera and start with a new one. What is that? Uh-oh. No. Oh, that was a little, still a little sticky. I'm gonna have to sand that. I guess we'll work on that then, but that's gonna be for later. Alright guys, thank you all for watching, the 3 of you that are left, and the 2 of you that remained. You all have yourselves a good night, and I will see you next time. Peace, love, and nerf. Uncle Clowny's watching. Peace.